Hey guys, Flavored here with Player versus Environment, and as you can see, we're dancing right now. I'm seeing stars. Are we gonna move tonight or no, or not? Doesn't look like. The mobs of this room wanted us to go farther into the dungeon and just kept chain standing us. Anyway, in this video, we'll be going for the Necromancer's Tomb. The fourth dungeon of the Exiled realm of Arborea, or TERA for short, Korean MMORPG, and this one is available to queue for from level 49 with the minimum item level of 75. But of course, I must warn you that it's better to get as high as possible item level, especially considering that at level 41 you can actually get up to 90, I think, or even 91. I had 87 and I was doing quite alright at my level 41. Of course, it wasn't easy by no means, but it will be better than if you come here just barely meeting the requirements. It will be easy for everyone, but anyway, we've already cleared a couple of rooms and are steadily advancing towards the first boss, and what do you know? You will not be able to just leave this room. Actually, I never tried it. Can I break that thing that blocks our advance from this room? No. So basically, until you clear out this room, you will not be able to get past. You have to kill every vengeful shade. And they are not nice. They're using some kind of lightning, and there are Roman soldiers or minions, Roman minions. And you thought that Roman Empire was gone, but it looks like it just kind of migrated to this game and became a little bit smaller in size, at least. Well, one of the vengeful shades still left here. As soon as we take him down, the pathway will be open. Oh yeah, of course, since I'm a little bit below the requirement for the story quests, and there will be no any quests really. There will be no quests in this video, just the dungeon run, nothing else. So brace yourself for a lot of boss fights. There are 4 of them here, and 1 of them is optional. But who the hell would skip the boss when doing a dungeon run for the gear, right? So we're not going to do that as well, and basically that's why we're here, to fight as many badass creatures as we only can. And really, they live up to that name. I'm telling you, they're really interesting to fight, and offer a variety of different mechanics. That is another reason why you should try to bring up your item level to as a higher value as possible, simply because these guys deal damage, especially when you still do not really know what to expect from them. They can really wipe the floors with your ass quite easily, I'm telling you. And I'll show you. Well, hopefully I will not be dying this run, but it really all depends on not only on myself, but the healer and the tank as well. Well, pretty much as it usually goes. Even hard inquisitors. They do like ogres from Warcraft, right? Stop swinging your clubs, you might hurt someone. Like me, for example. If you are tanking this, keep in mind you have to do your best and keep aggro on the bosses here. Otherwise, it might turn into a mess, which will be hard to sort out. But then again, of course, if you are over leveling and over gearing this dungeon, anything is fine. But as it's intended for the lower levels to come in, and you can really die when you're level 41, 42, 43. You have to follow some basic rules and perform your job well. Otherwise, you might be using those scrolls of resurrection more often than you would want to. Okay, the first boss. Notice these interesting floor plates. I don't know. These interesting tiles on the floor. These are spike traps. And well, you really do not want to be standing on one of these once they're about to go off. It's easy to notice when they will trigger, as a yellow icon appears above all of them, like right now. Really, what I do not want to do is to stand there. And well, one hit might not kill you, of course, but there is a high chance, high probability that you will be knocked back. And once you get knocked back, of course, it happens in the direction of another triggering trap. And, well, landing from trap to trap, that's how you will die. You really don't want to be turned into Swiss cheese. Oh my god. I moved a little bit too far there, and for some reason our priest is dying. Did he get caught in the traps? Okay, the warrior is gone. But is swiftly resurrected. Not sure what's going on, and the traps are about to trigger once again. I need some MP. As you can see, this guy moves around the room swiftly, as well as whenever he gets into the middle of the room, the traps trigger. I think it's possible to stun him at that time and interrupt the traps. At least a few times I've been here, it was possible to make them not trigger right after the icons pop. Okay, let's not move. Let's just wait for a sec. Although if you are well proficient with movement in this game, you can easily navigate in between the traps even when they trigger. So now the healer is gone. Now I suspect this run is going to be very fun if they're actually dying at the first boss, because the further bosses. Oh my god! No! Don't kill me! Of course. He is standing right on the trap. Have you seen it just now? No, I feel that guy was having fun at that moment. Not sure, but well, he has more holes than before, that's for sure. Why do good runs never happen when I'm recording? But then again, it's more exciting, of course, I'm telling you. I love watching people wipe in many different ways. Oh, and I got my axe for all the troubles. Thank you, that's the third one. That's the third one I will be receiving. Okay, we've freed some Caden champions. I suppose this is related to some kind of quest, which I do not have. And we're ready to move on. Wasn't that an exciting fight, especially looking at the healer priest level 46 being thrown from trap to trap? Well, you're gonna be standing there now or what? She's talking to the champions. Well, fine, we could actually go ahead and try to clean this room, but then again, no, let's better wait for our whole party to assemble, because from what I've seen just now, from the events that transpired just a few seconds ago, I really don't want to be left alone with these guys, at least with some of these guys, and not the whole party. Alrighty, it seems like we're healed. Can we go? Can we? Okay, if you're DPS and as usual just stay behind the mobs, that's a general rule of this game, that the good DPS attacks mobs from the back, from their back, and I'm stunned, holy crap, unstun me. Immediately reminds me of Looney Tunes, cartoons and Warner Brothers, you know. Whenever someone's punched, he starts seeing birds, stars and stuff. Well, that Inquisitor, I'm sure, didn't like that 15k crit. Not the biggest one I can dish out, but still pretty decent. Oh, come on, only 13k. What is this? What is this bravery? You're not doing as good as you could be. What's interesting about this dungeon layout is that the 3 rooms, this, and this, all contain a single boss. It really defies my usual experiences in the dungeons, where in between bosses you have to run around a lot, kill a lot of regular mobs, or trash as it's called. Here, it's nothing like that, seriously. If you want a real dungeon experience, well, there you go. Take these 3 bosses, basically one after another. Good job, designers. I really like this approach. Why the hell fight the trash mobs when you can fight bosses? Valadiel's gauntlets. Well, I suppose I'm the only one who can use them, since luckily we do not have a lancer in our team, so I can get some loot. The loot in this dungeon is level 44, just so you know. Basically, the next level I will be able to equip myself. The only problem though is that a lot of superior or golden items here do not provide enchantment bonuses. So far, I think of all the runs, the only item that was worth enchanting were the boots. The rest of the weapons though, like I got quite a few different weapons for Lancer, I've got a few axes, I've got some discs, I've got some staves, but none of them provide enchantment bonuses. And what the hell, that makes them so cheap? They're not even worth selling. Most of the items from this dungeon go for 30-40 gold on brokerage, and that's a little bit sad. Makes me sad. I was hoping I would make thousands by raiding this dungeon, but Cultist's Refuge is definitely better when it comes to grinding equipment for sale. Oh, let me just show you where was that axe. Just check it out. It doesn't have any enchantment bonuses. What is this kind of ripoff, I'm asking you? Still, it provides quite a great improvement to my attack and impact, so of course I will be switching to that axe. I wonder if I would be able to make some cash if I actually masterwork these axes. But then again, it would require me to use, of course I'm not going to use Masterwork Enigmatic Skulls on this one. That would make no sense, but maybe if I'm lucky enough, I could do it with the regular Enigmatic Skulls. I'm just wondering if I would be able to sell them relatively expensively for the items of this level. Or would nobody purchase that crap? I wouldn't purchase, seriously. From what I understand, if I masterwork this kind of item, it will get enchantment bonuses, but only from +10 to +12. Who the hell needs an item like that? Why are we killing these sawtooth reapers? I suppose it's for some quest or something, because normally people just prefer to dodge them, because they do not move, they just keep standing and throwing their discs, pretty similar to what they to their cousins in Sinestro Manor. Probably you might still remember the room just before the end where a line of these disc creepers would just stand near the walls and throw their discs at you as if they were playing frisbee. If you know what frisbee is. If you don't, it doesn't matter. It just probably means you do not have a dog or something. Alright, this blood mage will not leave for long. We are slowly approaching the next room with the boss, which is quite interesting in design, I have to say. It reminds me of... not actually sure what it reminds me of. It is certainly a mix between worm and a hell of a ton of other creatures. None of them friendly, that's for sure. But before we can actually get to the second boss, or should I call it 1.5 boss? Boss 1.5, because this one in the next room will be optional. As you can see from the map, there are actually two ways to get to the second boss, which is located in this room, either through the northern path or through the southern path. Northern. Ridiculously hard to pronounce, that is, I'm telling you. I suppose my tongue is just not cut for this kind of syllables. Northern, this kind of sound. Northern. Okay, I will blame English language if I break my tongue in some way, even though there are no bones inside. But it's still possible to break it, and I'm telling you, if you twist it hard enough. More Roman soldiers, even though it's called Metal Dwarf, or what is it? What is their name? Well, they died way too quickly, couldn't see. And there we go, look at this. It's a flower, worm, and an animal in one. And a bug, of course, judging from its backside. Running a little bit low on stamina here. Probably after this fight I need to recuperate for a second. Less HP, less MP, less damage, that's never good. But first of all, let's see how it goes. Okay, this guy has several interesting attacks, like this spit one. It applies a debuff on you, I think a dot damage, as well as it's a targeted, single target attack. Then this guy moves intensely across the battlefield. That is something that melee DPS have to keep in mind. He has a frontal cleave, as you have seen just now, and that jump attack, which is blockable, but of course I was performing an action when he jumped up, so I was unable to block it in time. More importantly though, he summons minions to assist him, which usually go for healers, as tanks are way too busy aggroing the boss. So, it is a good idea for some ranged DPS, for example. Well, right now I guess I will have to do it myself. For some ranged DPS to control these minions here. Okay, as you can see, this guy is a master of keeping the room interior intact. Simply because, do you see him burrowing into this stone tiled floor? And it's still as good as new. Well, if you can call it new, of course. But he doesn't leave any damage to the floor. How is it even possible? I would really like a guard dog like that for myself, and holy crap, I keep being pummeled by his jumps. Okay, he tries to jump again, and I miss my vampiric strike. Anyway, the thing about his minions is that if you leave them unattended, he will keep summoning them regardless if they're dead or not. So it can really get hard for your healer, especially if they are under level. Because these minions hit for quite a lot. Oh, come on. Why the hell do they keep... This battle really reminds me of something like something you would encounter in Final Fantasy XII. And the whole style of the game really is quite similar. Oh, come on. He decided to roll on me. I'm not a slidable surface, you know. No need to do that. Okay, he's gonna burrow and run. He can also burrow fully and pop out somewhere on the battlefield, another one of his moves. Also, an interesting thing about it is when he half burrows, like right now, his hitbox, the area where you can hit him with the weapons, becomes considerably smaller. So it's possible that if you were like charging an attack on his back, and he burrowed in the meantime, you will miss that. He really is a glutton. Oh my god. Okay, this time, for once, I managed to defend his jump. Oh my god, it's a reason enough to celebrate. But at the same time, I was knocked down by his next attack. Our DPS are a little bit low, that's what I'm feeling. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe that Slayer is not doing the best job he's capable of. And then again, oh yeah, I'm also running low on stamina. I haven't seen any of the bigger crits. Aha! Was not able to go through that thing in the wall. Silly creature. Yeah, my damage is kinda low right now. I really need to recuperate for a sec. What the hell is this 56 stamina I'm running? I'm throwing only 2k crits on Cyclone. That's just unacceptable. Wow, 38k. That's more like it. It's a victory. We've beaten that worm. Can I call him worm because he really... I don't know what it is, but... what he most resembles is, of course, a worm. Anyway, nothing I could really use. There is just a Mystic Scepter. It would have been nice if I actually wanted. I could have transferred it to my Mystic. But anyway, all the equipment from this place is really... it's really cheap on the brokerage. Let's go towards the next room. Or maybe not yet. Let me take a small break. Because 55 stamina is really not... it's really nothing I want to carry to a battle with myself. Really want a higher stamina than what I have right now. Just a few minutes, guys, and the design of this dungeon, well, all the dungeons here, especially which introduce you to the closed off spaces, like tight rooms and stuff. Well, I wouldn't call this place a tight room, of course, but I like all the dungeon designs here. Seriously, they have some interesting atmosphere, as well as the music is quite fitting quite often. Well, the current Zack track I don't necessarily like a lot, but the other music introduced in the other rooms, the boss fight music, it's all pretty damn epic. And I enjoy it, I really enjoy it. Just a little bit more as I hit 100% stamina, I will be ready to go. This whole stamina mechanic, though, I cannot say I really like it. It slows down the game quite considerably. I suppose at the end game I will be able to allow lots of runic panaceas to myself, for myself, as well as panaceic bolsters. But at this point in time, it's really inconvenient for the players. Well, I suppose that's exactly the reason it's this thing in the game, to slow down leveling and make players take a little bit of a break instead of just plowing through everything that the game has to offer. If that's the case, well, I don't mind, really. I suppose it's really not that of a problem at the end game. As the gold income is really different there from what I'm getting right now, as well as well, everything is different at the end game from what I can understand. And who would have thought the next boss is already here? Like I said before, there are two ways to get here, through the northern and southern rooms. Northern room involves quest mobs and such, while the southern room is about an optional boss which we just took down. Anyway, let's go ahead, and this guy is pretty damn menacing. He has an interesting pattern of moving around the room. He has a couple of cleave attacks in front of him, and a really nice safe place for a melee DPS to stay is his back right foot. Well, with the exception of this attack right now, but I was a little bit out of position. Just look at that guy jumping around. What I really want to point out is that if you are under leveled and under geared, you really do not want to be in a place where he lands. That thing deals a hell of a ton of damage. His jumps are not to be taken lightly. And you also do not want to be just facing him. You always want to try and stay behind. Oh yeah, he leaves little small puddles behind. Sometimes it's hard to notice, but you should really watch out for them, because quite often newcomers just die in them. They deal anything from 1.5 to 2.5k damage per second, and well, you probably realize that it's really hard for a healer to notice in time whether you're standing in a puddle or not. So quite often you can just die, especially if some other attack of the boss follows. Just avoid these things on the ground, avoid them. Keep an eye on them. That's probably the most dangerous mechanic, even though it doesn't really deal burst damage like the rest of his attacks. Alright, buddy. I'm not sure what do you resemble even. He's like someone riding a creature, but in reality this guy is called Mutated Caden. So I suppose that thing that grows out of his spine is actually his mutation. poor little creature. What happened to you? What kind of illness did you get? Let me put you out of your misery. 37% left and he gets knocked down quite a lot, allowing me to position myself conveniently. Oh, come on, I should have blocked this attack. I'm out of MP. What's going on in this town? Let's stack up some MP. He's trying to face me again. Oh my god, another puddle. Let's get out of this attack here. It's targeted AoE and we really do not want to be in it when it hits. Just a little bit longer and it will all be over. No, 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 not in that direction. That guy, he laid a trap for me. My cat's in the room, telling me that I'm doing a good job and I'm stunned. Let me go. But at least you can block that stuff. He has a bad breath. Okay. That guy is down. Surprisingly though, that guy dropped nothing. What a sad story, but anyway, in the next room we'll be meeting the last boss of this place. Tulsa's Chamber. Someone called Vedilith. He's a world boss as well as a party monster, level 43. Are we ready yet? Where is the heal? An interesting thing to note that the exit portal from this place is located right in this room, and the Chapel of Pain, we've been facing that boss just now. But it catches, sometimes I see that it catches people off guard, especially those who come into this place for the first time. And for some reason they choose to leave through the portal right after taking that boss down. But don't fall for this trap because, well, there is still one more to go, which is probably the most epic fight of them all, and introduces quite an interesting mechanic. Let's hope though that the healer returns soon, because it seems like we've got a disconnect while I was dealing with my cat. Speaking of cats, that guy ahead really looks like an angry cat. And the healer is back. Well, we're about to go into this fight. To be honest, guys, I really don't like hurting animals, but I suppose I have no choice in this matter right now. Recuperating some stamina before going into the battle. As soon as the healer rejoins, Well, I thought it would happen as soon as the healer rejoins, but rejoins. But for some reason, they're lagging behind. Roar, he says, and goes on to engages. That was well played there, Vitaliv. Well played. As soon as I was about to land my thundering strike, he just jumped away. Huh. Okay, this guy has everything that you would usually expect. He's got cleave, he's got different debuffs. He moves around the room quickly. But at the same time, he has something very special in store for your party as soon as he reaches 70, 50, and I think 25% of HP. And you will see what it is. He spews something. He spews fire. Or is it shadow? Some balls of dark energy. As well as jumps in place. That playful kitty. He seems to be unhappy with life though. And we've made him even more mad than he was before. Oh, another thing to note is that he jumps a lot, and his jumps are maybe his hardest hitting attacks. Make sure you are not standing at a place where he's about to land. Otherwise, you will be turned into a pancake pretty damn quickly. Anyway, he's reaching 70% HP, 70% HP, and oh, come on, he keeps running away from me. Tank, could you please hold aggro? Just a little bit longer, and evil spirits appear from the dark. And the room gets filled up with the weak ads. Well, at least they're weak in their hit points. And what this essentially does is limit your operating area until you clear them. They just stand in their place and use their lightning attacks, pretty similar to the vengeful spirits or whatever they were called in the beginning of this dungeon. They can knock you down, they deal damage once you approach close, but at the same time they do move. So if you want to freely run around the room, you need to clear them out, at least some of them. But usually people prefer to leave that first wave and even the second wave, which comes at 50% low, while only limiting themselves to the center of the room. There we go. Another wave of dark spirits. Holy crap. That collision. Collision always comes into play when you don't expect it to. Okay, that buddy. Can I run away? Don't exactly remember when is the last wave of these raves. Is it at 30 or 25%? I think it's at 25, but we'll see. We'll see it quite soon. That's a triple attack there. I have to hold my block button for a little bit longer. If he runs away, oh my god, just wait a few seconds, please. When he jumps like that, seriously dodge that. If you do not, well, your healer might not be able to save you. Well, I suppose our healer is not going to be able to save anyone. Okay, so it was 30% after all. I didn't noob that down, right? I might have... No. Ague is about to go down. Oh, this is seriously dangerous. And I'm without MP. But I saved my healer. Well, kind of course. Okay, this guy is starting to be annoying. I need to take him down. Before he actually knocks me down. You still need to be able to run around the room to dodge this guy. And since my party is kind of taking it deep down, do something. Alright, you kitten. You've been a bad kitty. I have to kick you outside. 13% left. I'm sure we can do it. That guy's enraged again. Okay, I wasn't in range of that. Just a little bit longer. 7%. Oh my god! Don't jump over me. You're so heavy. I'm not sure I can withstand that. That jump of his looks like it looks as if it's 360 degrees AoE attack, but for some reason it misses if you are standing at the side of this guy. Okay, he's about to go down. Yay! Well, hopefully you've enjoyed. You've enjoyed this run. Let's just look at these guys casting their little thunders. I get nothing from the last boss, it seems. Well, there is something else here. Maybe I could use that. Yep, Caden's grips. Let's see if it's possible to enchant these things. No! Once again, this is a golden unenchantable. Well, it's enchantable, of course, but there are no bonuses. Golden item! So you can either just leave the party, finish up any quests you have here, maybe something in that room, or go to the portal, backtrack a little bit. But this wraps up the Necromancer's Tomb, 4th dungeon of TERA. Don't forget to subscribe at youtube.com/dailypve. I remind you that it was flavored with player versus environment, and I wish you all a good day. See you in my future videos.